Welcome to Talk About It in English. I am so happy you are here today because we are going to tackle one of the most common but frustrating moments for every English learner. It is that moment when someone looks at you and says, "So, tell me about yourself." Or perhaps they ask, "What do you do?" Or "Where are you from?"
I know that feeling so well. It is like your mind goes into a panic mode. You know the words, you know the grammar, but when you open your mouth, everything comes out sounding like you are reading from an old, dusty textbook. You say, "I am Mike. I am 30 years old. I live in London. I am an engineer." It feels so stiff and robotic.
Exactly, Mike. We call that the textbook trap. Your sentences are grammatically correct, but they have no flow. They have no life. In the real world, native speakers don't just give a list of facts. We tell a tiny story. We connect our ideas. We use a specific rhythm that makes the conversation feel warm and natural. Today, we are going to break that textbook trap. We are going to give you 3 specific secrets that will transform your English from robotic to natural.
I love that. And for everyone listening, if you are tired of just studying grammar rules and you actually want to start talking about your real life with confidence, make sure you subscribe to the channel right now. We upload new lessons every week to help you move from being a student who understands English to a speaker who actually uses it.
That is the goal. So, Mike, are you ready to stop being a robot?
I am ready. Or should I say, I'm ready.
Look at you. You already found secret number 1. Let's dive straight into it. Secret number 1 is all about the muscle memory of contractions. Many learners think that being clear means saying every single word separately. They say, "I am," "I have," "I do not." But in natural spoken English, we push these words together. If you say, "I am a teacher," it sounds like you are reading a list. But if you say, "I'm a teacher," you suddenly sound like a neighbor or a friend.
It seems like such a small change, but when I hear you say it, the difference is huge. When you say, "I am," it feels like there is a wall between each word. When you say, "I'm," the wall disappears.
Precisely. And it isn't just about the word "I'm." Think about the way we talk about our jobs. Most people say, "I am a designer," but a native speaker will almost always contract that and then blend it with the next word. Listen closely. "I'm a designer." It almost sounds like one long word. I'm a designer.
I'm a designer. That feels much more fluid. It's like the M at the end of I'm jumps over to the word a.
That is a great way to describe it. It's a jump. Let's practice this together for a moment because this is about training the muscles in your mouth, not just your brain. I want everyone listening to try this out loud with us. Mike, I'll give you a job title and you give me the natural contracted version. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Accountant.
I'm an accountant.
Excellent. Notice how Mike said, "I'm an accountant." He didn't say, "I am an accountant." He joined them together. Let's try another one. Engineer.
I'm an engineer.
Perfect. How about a stay-at-home mom?
I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Do you hear that? I'm a. It's very fast and very light. Now let's try it with where you live. Instead of "I live in," we often say "I'm living in." Mike, try to say "I am living in Madrid," the textbook way first.
I am living in Madrid.
Now do it the natural way. Contract the first part and let it flow.
I'm living in Madrid.
That sounds so much better. It's more relaxed. And what about your history? If someone asks where you are from, you might want to say, "I have been in this city for 5 years." But again, that sounds very formal. How do we make that natural?
We would use the contraction for I have. So I've been here for 5 years.
Exactly. I've been here. The V sound in I've is very short. I've been here. It's like a little whisper of a sound. If you can master these 3 contractions, I'm a, and I've, you will immediately stop sounding like a robot. It's the foundation of everything else we are going to do today.
It's amazing how much more confident I feel just by using those small contractions. But Sarah, even if I use contractions, I still feel like my answers are too short. Someone asked me, "Where do you live?" And I say, "I'm living in Berlin." Then there's this awkward silence. What do I do then?
That brings us perfectly to secret number 2. This is what I call the answer plus 1 rule. The biggest mistake learners make is giving a one-word answer or a one-sentence answer. If someone asks a question, they aren't just looking for a fact, they are looking for a connection. If you give a short answer, it's like you are closing the door on the conversation.
So the answer plus one rule means I give my answer and then I add one extra piece of information.
Exactly. You give the fact, and then you add a detail, a feeling, or a reason. This makes you sound interesting, and it gives the other person something to talk about. Let's look at an example. If I ask you, Mike, where are you from? Give me the boring, robotic answer first.
I am from Manchester.
Okay, now let's use the answer plus one rule. Give me the fact, and then add one extra detail about Manchester.
I'm from Manchester, which is a great city if you love music and football.
Do you hear the difference? Now I can say, oh, are you a United fan? Or what kind of music do you like? The conversation can continue. You've given me a hook to grab onto.
That makes so much sense. It takes the pressure off the other person too. I'm not just waiting for them to interview me. I'm actually helping the conversation grow.
Precisely. Let's try it with hobbies. This is a big one. People often say, what do you do in your free time? And a learner might say, I like swimming. Mike, try the answer plus one rule for swimming.
I like swimming because it's the only time I can really turn off my phone and relax.
That is a fantastic answer. You gave the fact, you like swimming, and then you gave a reason or a feeling. It helps you relax. It makes you sound like a real person with a real life. Let's try one for work. If I ask, what do you do? Try to give me an answer plus one about being a teacher.
I'm a teacher, and I mostly work with teenagers, which can be pretty exhausting, but also very fun.
I love that. You use the contraction IMA, you use the answer plus one rule, and you use the connector which. You are already sounding 50% more natural.
It feels more natural too. It feels like I am sharing a little bit of my personality, not just a line from a profile page. But I notice you said something there about connectors. Is that the third secret?
It is. Secret number 3 is using what I call conversation bridges. In a textbook, sentences start with the subject. I am this, I live there, my hobby is that. But in real life, we use little bridge words to start our sentences. These words don't always have a big meaning, but they give us time to think and they make our speech sound smooth. The 3 biggest bridges are well, so, and actually.
I hear those words all the time when I listen to podcasts or watch movies, but I never know which one to use.
They each have a slightly different job. Let's start with well. We often use well when we are about to give an answer that is a bit long, or when we need a second to think. If someone asks, how do you like living here? You could say, well, it was difficult at first, but now I love it.
So well is like a signal that a story is coming.
Exactly. It softens the start of the sentence. Now let's look at so. We often use so to start a summary or to introduce a topic. If someone says, tell me about your family, you can start with, so I have a small family, just my parents and one sister.
It feels like I'm inviting them into my world when I start with so.
It really does. And the third one, actually, is a superpower. We use actually when we want to add a surprising detail or correct something in a friendly way. For example, if someone asks, are you from London? You could say, actually, I'm originally from a small town in Wales, but I moved here last year.
That sounds very sophisticated. Actually, I'm originally from. It sounds like I have a really high level of English, but it's actually just one simple word at the beginning.
That is the secret, Mike. Natural English isn't about using the biggest words in the dictionary. It's about using the right small words in the right places. These bridges, well, so, actually, they take away that robotic start. They make it sound like you are thinking and speaking at the same time, which is what native speakers do.
Okay, I'm starting to see how these 3 secrets work together. Secret 1 is the contractions to get the rhythm. Secret 2 is the answer plus one rule to add detail. And secret 3 is the bridges to glue it all together.
You've got it. Now I think it's time to put all of this into practice. We are going to go through a full introduction together. We are going to move from the robotic version to the natural version, step by step. I want everyone listening to pay close attention to how the sound of the English changes as we add these layers. Mike, let's start with the most basic, robotic version of a self-introduction. Just give me the facts.
I am Mike. I am from Manchester. I am a software engineer. I live in London now. I have 2 dogs. I like hiking on the weekends.
Okay, everyone heard that, right? It was correct, no grammar mistakes, but it felt like a shopping list. Now, Mike, let's apply secret number 1, contractions.
I'm Mike. I'm from Manchester. I'm a software engineer. I'm living in London now. I've got 2 dogs. I like hiking on the weekends.
Already better. The rhythm is starting to move. Now let's apply secret number 2, the answer plus 1 rule. Add a detail to each of those facts.
I'm Mike. I'm from Manchester, which is in the north of England. I'm a software engineer, and I work for a small company that makes apps. I'm living in London now, near a really nice park. I've got 2 dogs, and they take up a lot of my time. I like hiking on the weekends because I love being out in nature. Wow, that was a massive improvement. I'm actually interested in your life now. I want to know about the apps you make and the park you live near. But we have one more step. Let's add secret number 3, the bridges. Start your sentences with well, so, or actually to make it feel like a real conversation. Okay, let me try. Well, I'm Mike. I'm originally from Manchester, which is in the north of England. Actually, I'm a software engineer, and I work for a small company that makes apps. These days, I'm living in London, right near a really nice park. So I've got 2 dogs, and they take up a lot of my time. I usually go hiking on the weekends because I just love being out in nature. That was perfect. That is exactly what a B1 or B2 speaker sounds like when they are being natural. It didn't sound like a lesson, it sounded like a person. How did that feel to say? It felt much more relaxed. I didn't feel like I was trying to remember a script. It felt like I was just explaining my life. And because I used those bridges, I had more time to think about what I wanted to say next. That is the hidden benefit of those words like well and so. They give your brain a half second to find the next word. Now, for everyone listening, we are going to move into the most important part of the lesson. This is the shadowing lab. Knowing these rules is great, but your mouth needs to practice them. We are going to take specific, useful sentence patterns and we are going to repeat them. I will say the phrase naturally, and then Mike will repeat it. I want you, the listener, to repeat it at the same time as Mike. Don't just listen in your head. Say it out loud. If you are on the bus, whisper it. If you are at home, say it loud and proud. This is where the real progress happens. Let's do it. Pattern number 1 is for your origin. Listen, I'm originally from Italy, but I've been living in London for 3 years. Mike, go ahead. I'm originally from Italy, but I've been living in London for 3 years. Good. Again, everyone, pay attention to the contraction I'm and I've. I'm originally from Italy, but I've been living in London for 3 years. I'm originally from Italy, but I've been living in London for 3 years. Great. Now let's try a variation. I'm originally from Brazil, but I moved to Portugal a few months ago. I'm originally from Brazil, but I moved to Portugal a few months ago. Notice how Mike said move to. He joined the words together. Let's try that one more time. I'm originally from Brazil, but I moved to Portugal a few months ago. I'm originally from Brazil, but I moved to Portugal a few months ago. Pattern number 2 is for your job. We will use the bridge word actually. Actually, I'm an accountant, but I'm looking for a new role at the moment. Actually, I'm an accountant, but I'm looking for a new role at the moment. Very nice. The flow on actually, I'm an accountant was perfect. Let's try another job. Actually, I'm a graphic designer, and I've been freelancing for about 2 years. Actually, I'm a graphic designer, and I've been freelancing for about 2 years. Let's do that one again for everyone listening. Pay attention to I've been. Actually, I'm a graphic designer, and I've been freelancing for about 2 years. Actually, I'm a graphic designer, and I've been freelancing for about 2 years. Excellent. Pattern number 3 is for your free time. We will use the bridge word so and the answer plus 1 rule. So I'm really into photography, and I try to go out and take photos every weekend. So I'm really into photography, and I try to go out and take photos every weekend. Let's try a different hobby. So I'm a big fan of cooking, especially Italian food, because my grandmother taught me how to make pasta. So I'm a big fan of cooking, especially Italian food, because my grandmother taught me how to make pasta. That was a long one, but did you hear how the rhythm stayed the same? It wasn't fast, it was just connected. Let's try it one more time. So I'm a big fan of cooking, especially Italian food, because my grandmother taught me how to make pasta. Fantastic work. Pattern number 4 is about your living situation. Well, I'm currently living in a small apartment downtown, but I'm hoping to find somewhere bigger soon. Well, I'm currently living in a small apartment downtown, but I'm hoping to find somewhere bigger soon. Let's try that again.
Listen to the bridge well. Well, I'm currently living in a small apartment downtown, but I'm hoping to find somewhere bigger soon. Now, let's try one about your family. So, I've got a pretty big family, and we all try to get together for dinner once a month.
So, I've got a pretty big family, and we all try to get together for dinner once a month. Again, so I've got a pretty big family, and we all try to get together for dinner once a month. So, I've got a pretty big family, and we all try to get together for dinner once a month. You are doing so well, Mike, and I hope everyone at home is feeling their mouth muscles working. It's like a workout for your English. It really is. I can feel that I'm not just thinking about the grammar anymore. I'm just trying to match your melody. It makes it much easier to remember the whole sentence as one piece of information instead of 5 or 6 separate words. That is the secret to fluency. We don't speak in words, we speak in phrases. When you learn "I'm originally from" as one single block of sound, you don't have to think about the verb to be or the preposition. It just comes out. So, we have covered a lot today. We have the contractions, the extra details, the bridge words, and we've done our shadowing. If I'm a learner listening to this, what is the one thing I should try to do today to make sure I don't forget this? I have a specific challenge for everyone. I want you to take the answer plus 1 rule and apply it to your life today. Pick one fact about yourself, your job, your home, or your hobby. Write down your robotic answer, and then write down your natural answer using a contraction and one extra detail. Then go to the mirror and say it 5 times out loud. That is a great challenge. It only takes 2 minutes, but it builds that bridge between the lesson and your real life. I'm going to do it too. I'm going to practice my answer for what I did this weekend. Good. And for everyone listening, if you found this helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe. Our goal is to help you talk about your life, your plans, and your problems in English that sounds real. We don't want you to just pass a test. We want you to be able to make friends and have great conversations. And if you have a job or a hobby that you find difficult to explain, leave a comment below. Tell us what you do, and we might use it in a future episode to show you how to make it sound more natural. We would love that. Remember, progress happens one topic at a time. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be a little bit more natural than you were yesterday. Keep practicing, keep shadowing, and most importantly, keep talking. You can do this. English is a tool for you to share who you are. Don't let the textbook trap hold you back. We will see you in the next episode for a brand new topic. Until then, happy practicing. Bye everyone, see you next time. Before we go, let's do one more quick round of shadowing, just to end on a high note. Let's do a general "how are you" response, because that's part of talking about yourself too. Instead of saying "I am fine, thank you," let's try something natural. I hate "I am fine, thank you." It sounds like I'm a robot from a movie in the 1950s. It really does. Let's try this. "Not too bad, thanks. I've been pretty busy with work lately, but things are good." "Not too bad, thanks. I've been pretty busy with work lately, but things are good." Perfect. Listen to that "I've been." It's so smooth. Let's try one more version for when you're feeling great. "Actually, I'm doing really well. I just started a new project and I'm really enjoying it." "Actually, I'm doing really well. I just started a new project and I'm really enjoying it." Do you see how we used all 3 secrets there? We used the bridge "actually," we used the contraction "I'm," and we used the answer plus 1 rule by mentioning the new project. It's all coming together. It's like a puzzle where all the pieces finally fit. That's the beauty of it. Once you see the patterns, you see them everywhere. Now go out there and use them. You've got this. See you in the next one. Goodbye for now. Stay confident and keep talking.